A minute 20 left in the third.
You know, guys, Portland had one of the worst benches in the history of the league last season. You know, they didn't get much contribution there. It was almost like they went into every game playing 5 versus 12.
At the 2 and the 3 are McCullough and Wright. Joe Freeland is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Watson in at the point guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Well, when you talk about a beautiful shooting stroke, just look at Ben McLemore out of Kansas. From the ground up, sets his feet, great balance, elevation, beautiful follow-through. I just love McLemore's potential offensively.
I like his upside as well. And you talk about that stroke, it is honey sweet to look at and as efficient as a heat pump. No wasted motion or energy in that. And as he learns to play off screens and be a little more aggressive in attacking the basket, I think he's got a chance to maybe be an all-star player down the road.
Well, as Clark was talking about when referring to the Blazers, the bench scoring was a big problem for him, as they didn't have anyone really outside their starting 5 that Trailblazers have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. On the court for Sacramento, Grimes in at point guard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Travis Outlaw, and there's Thompson, and it's McLemore at the 2 spot. Passes it to the Beast. And he goes big with the dunk right over LaMarcus Aldridge. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'm with you, Clark. That's a crowd pleaser if I've ever seen one.
And here's Matthews from the arc. That's good. Matthews has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
Patterson, the screen. Here's Grimes. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Stripped it away. The finish. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And here's Watson. And Freeland kicks to Crabbe. Watson, shot clock at 5. Portland moving the ball around. Fires it up. It's rebounded by McLemore.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Pass to the Beast. He dishes it to Outlaw. Another 3 for Sacramento.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets.
I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all around.
Yeah, I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it pretty quickly, though. I mean, this team throughout the season has shown itself to be pretty resilient.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Cans.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
The other thing that's been huge for them is their points in the paint. They're getting the ball inside and converting on a regular basis.
That's tipped. Here's Grimes. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Now Watson to halt the run. And it's Lopez. One time on the assist by Watson.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Here's the Beast. He's covered by Watson.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors.
Kicks to McLemore. Outlaw. All sorts of time. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Now here's McCollum, defended by McLemore. And Freeland kicks to Crabbe. Dishes it to Lopez. The feed to Watson. And the Trailblazers, another three. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Sacramento's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's the Beast. Fires the three. Another three for Sacramento.
This game's over, guys. I think we can say that with certainty.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We have officially reached garbage time.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily.
Huge game tonight for someone with your level of experience. Do you feel you were capable of this type of play this early, or did it just come out of nowhere?
I've always had a lot of confidence in my abilities, but I'd be lying if I said I expected this. Look, the NBA is where the best basketball in the world is played night in and night out. And it's not easy to jump right in and ignore the learning curve. I need to prove that I can play this way on a more consistent basis before I get too excited, though. Don't get me wrong, it was a great game, and I'm proud of the way I played, but let's see if I can do it a few more times, and maybe then we can continue this conversation. Hey man, I'm not coming in here with a vendetta or to act tough and demand a trade, but I really feel like a change of scenery is what I need for my career right now. You think that request is something you can honor?
I'd like to ask you a question if you don't mind. What is the reason behind you wanting to play for another team? Was it something I did?
that's not as easy to answer as it may seem, man. It's just time for me to move on. You know, it's time for me to continue growing as a person. That's it.
I see. Well, I'm not going to lie. You were definitely one of my favorite guys on the team here. I had really high hopes for you. I hope you'll reconsider your trade request, but in the meantime, why don't you give me the names of a few teams you'd like to play for, and I'll reach out to their GMs. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll be in touch.
No doubt. All right, well, thank you. And good talk, man. I'll see you later.
But for the moment, I need all of our attention on winning this game against the Trailblazers. Let's go out there and get it done.
It is truly a team effort, as we just witnessed an example right there by his.
These guys ain't got nothing, man. This game is ours. All ours, baby. Yeah.
He's taking a few shots at the other team already to get his teammates wrapped up. This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, the developing DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, this guy's an animal on the glass, Kevin. I mean, there may be some bigger and stronger rebounds in the NBA, but nobody plays with this kind of energy and zeal.
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
Guys, looking at Sacramento, they took the win in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
You know, the percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling. Boy, it was a tough year for Portland. And a lot of that was because they didn't get much done and points in the paint. Not only did they not score in the paint, they gave up a lot of points in the paint as well. Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Bryant is in the starting roster for the first time.
Well, when we talk about him, we're talking about one of the best players out there. Guys, he's worked and worked, and it's really paid off for him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Can you believe how far this guy's come? He's made tremendous strides. But the question early on was how good can he be? We now know the answer is very, very, very good.
Puts it up, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's the Beast, defended by Lillard. Lock at 6. Here's Grimes, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Well, Clark, you were talking about them giving up points in close. Perhaps the biggest issue Portland faced last season. Steve, they were dead last in the NBA when it came to that category.
Yeah, near the bottom of the league in blocks as well. You just don't win in this league without good interior defense. You have to be able to ball in the paint, force outside shots, and keep people from scoring. And it seemed like it was a layup line against the Blazers last year.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Knocked away. Fast break, here we go. Dishes it to Cousins. Feeds it to Thornton. Another 3 for Sacramento.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State, but Malone very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
The shot's good from the Beast. I'm breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Kings.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Got a chance here to check out how the Kings ranked in the NBA last season, Kevin. 10th in scoring, 11th in free throw percentage. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
Well, I think the key stat for that club last year was points per game. They were in the top 10. That was really what they tried to do. That's how they tried to establish themselves each and every game. Get out, run, get good shots, and try to outscore the opponent.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put a stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
As you look at the Beast, not sure if you guys noticed on the way in, Nike already put him up center stage on a billboard.
Well, the Make It Count ad campaign seems to have him at the center of it. He certainly made it count in the NBA so far.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, well, he's earned this endorsement, that's for sure. I mean, Nike is getting their money's worth from this guy. He's big time.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Robinson kicks to Matthews. There's the dish to Batum. The feed to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Lillard left side, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Lillard's got his first points in this one.
And, you know, a great start for last season's Rookie of the Year, Damian Lillard. Assuming the mantle of starting point guard for the Blazers and proving himself more than ready for the task. He played with a poise and maturity that you rarely see in young point guards in the NBA.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Now, here's Batum. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the shot is good. And for Lillard, he came a long way from being a lightly recruited player out of high school and being a star at a small school, Weber State, to the number 6 pick in the 2012 draft, and day one starter for the Blazers.
But you know, Kevin, he doesn't seem like the guy who's going to be satisfied with just winning Rookie of the Year. He's got more in store. He's got more on his mind, becoming an all-star, becoming a winner, and it's going to be important for him to continue to work on his game and develop.
Well, we were riding overnight in the car, and you were saying I love his demeanor.
Yeah, his work ethic, and just the way he carries himself.
Now, here's Lillard. Tipped away. And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's the lob to the hoop. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trail Blazers retain possession. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
Thank you, Doris. And the basket by Lillard.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Trailblazers trail by 17. Another steal. Pass it to one. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a three-point play.
I don't know what's happening to the defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks. You take a look at the offense for the Kings last season, there are some things to build on here, guys. Fourth in the NBA in fast break points, top 4 in points in the paint. Those are good numbers to build your offensive foundation around.
Aldridge, this is to Lillard. But for the Kings, I think Coach Mike Malone will try to get them to play a little more unselfishly, Steve, especially at the offensive end.
Yeah, they had a team last year that just seemed to be jacking up shots anytime they could get one up individually. They were among the lowest in the league in assists as a team. A lot of isolation basketball. It was not pretty to watch.
Salmons gets the bucket.
Wow, just a tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball for them, guys.
Yeah, when they put it up, it's gone in.
Another steal. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Now, here's Lillard. He's tightly guarded. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Pass to the Beast. Back to Thornton. Shoots the three. There's the bucket. Good. Thornton's got 6.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot up. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
What I love about watching him play, Steve, is his terrific agility and body control. Even with the multiple defenders closing in, he contorts his body at angles that really give him a chance to make shots from weird positions all the time.
And Sacramento has possession after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeout.
Now here's Matthews. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento. Court and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer, Lillard. Portland again, missing. Steve, they are in complete control.
Well, everything they're doing, Kevin, has been working out. I mean, the game plan was solid, and they are executing out there.
Here's Landry, rejected by Robinson. Now here's Matthews. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Lillard outside. He passes it to Matthews. Matthews gets the screen from Aldridge. Kicks it out to Lillard. A 3, and that one's good. Lillard's got 12 points in the game.
Tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. Vasquez out there with the Beast, and it's outlaw in the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's the Beast. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. That's good.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Another steal. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Now, here's Lillard. 23 points for him the last game against Sacramento.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Here's Grimes. And again, Sacramento converted.
He's playing an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Outside Matthews. Kicks it to Robinson. He's against Landry. Puts it up from 12. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this week. And Outlaw slams it in.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, he shot 73% from the line last year, fairly average in terms of where he stands in the league.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 14. He dishes it to Aldridge. Back to Lillard. Pass to Aldridge. Makes it off the glass. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter. Sacramento's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
You know, a big part of the success of LaMarcus Aldridge is his versatility. You can play power forward, you can slide him over and move him to the center spot, but he's very difficult for anybody to handle. Almost 7 feet tall and extremely skilled. See the way he times his passes so well? That's a great assist.
Another steal. He's all alone. And he lobs it up for the rim. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
We're going back to Aldridge for a second. He really does have the skill set of a power forward Clark and the body of a center.
Yeah, you know, that versatility is really impressive. When you think about a big guy guarding him, he can take him outside and utilize that jumper and quickness. And then if he has a smaller guy, he'll back him down and work his ball out.
That was unreal. Mark it up.
Now, Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Cousins is there. Three-pointer Lillard. And another 3 for Portland.
You know, he started out hot and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Cousins, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Cousins has got 14 points for the game. Portland with the ball. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it would be befuddling to me why they stuck with that, see? I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and then they didn't make the changes they should have to get out of it. They didn't make any good adjustments there.
Aldridge to pass to Lillard. Back to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lillard attacking. And it's good. Off through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Back to Landry. And that one's good. Landry's got 13.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Aldridge, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises and so forth, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
And Lillard gets to Aldridge.
That's the risk you run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Caught it. The defenders call for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Jason Thompson, who's checked in for Cousins. Patterson comes in for Carl Lang. John Selman, he's checked in for Travis Outlaw. And Thornton in for Haskins. Patterson best to the beast. Back to Patterson. Shakes off a strong D and gets the bucket for two. Patterson's got his second bucket. Williams with the ball. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
5 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Now the pass to Patterson. Lopez over the help. Sacramento moving around. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Really poor decision on that pass.
19 seconds left in the second quarter. Another steal. And the Kings pushing it up now.
Windmill Levy, heavy home. That's how we throw it down with the flourish, guys.
And he does it on the reverse just for good measure. Wow, what showmanship.
Exactly.
Back to Williams. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here's Grimes. And no good trying to get that one. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Kings ahead, just dominating this one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Glad you're spending Saturday night.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for the beast. He's got 24 points and a ridiculous number of steals. He's having a great passing game and is knocking down those foul shots as well.
Yeah, he's been rock solid throughout this game and really been a big factor in this offensive performance for his team.
On the floor for Portland, Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. The forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson. And it's Aldridge in at the center, filling out the middle. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burns.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in their last matchup against the Trailblazers. Boy, was he tremendous. He finished with an incredible amount of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when you look back on his career, this game would be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it, everything was going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
Lillard outside. Free throw line jump shot, and that one's good. Lillard's got 21 in the game. And for Sacramento, their shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field.
Guys, it's no surprise that a young team like the Blazers found it difficult sledding on the road. Not quite the experience or edge needed to put together good performances on a nightly basis away from home.
Thornton against Matthews. He kicks to Lillard. He feeds it to Aldridge. Selmans, 8 points for him. Here's Grimes again, Sacramento. Well, the Blazers statistically, they played as close as you could ask for as to when they played at home, but they didn't really have the roster to protect the rim and Steve forced turnovers, which is always a big help on the road.
Yeah, their interior defense was a problem last year. A lot of teams just ate them up, particularly when Portland would go out on the road. That's one of the reasons they finished 11-30. You have to be able to defend at a high level to win away from home.
Here's Aldridge. Second shot opportunity. Batum, good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
No good from the Beast.
That's a great shot if there's 1 second left in the game.
Yeah, that would be the good time to do it. Not now, though.
And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Batum. And that's 13 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Purely from a size standpoint, that is a mismatch that's going to be hard to overcome defensively.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Lillard dishes to Aldridge. Kicks it out to Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Yeah, he's a bomber, and that's what I love about him. He's as good a three-point shooter as you'll see. Of course, that's the green light to let it fly anytime he wants.
And you know what else, Steve? Watching him run the pick and roll is like watching poetry in motion. I mean, this guy has that basic play down pat. He's unstoppable when he runs it.
Matthews left side. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Wes Matthews was undrafted out of Marquette back in 2009. But he ended up not only making the team in Utah, but starting as a rookie for the Jazz. He solidified himself as a quality wing in this league, and he's a tough defender who can make the outside shot, and you always know what you want to get from him at both ends of the floor.
He'll have a hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
And Clark, you talked about the toughness for Wes Matthews until last season. You know, Steve, he had never missed a game. Here's the Beast. He's guarded by Williams. Madison passes to the Beast. Dishes it to Fredette. Takes a three. Hits the bucket. Fredette's got 9.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Portland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Aldridge kicks to Williams. Will it go? Good on the shot. Here's the Beast. 33 points for him. Feeds it to Fredette. Here's the 3. And that is good. 12 points for him.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
And the Kings pushing it up now. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Here is Lillard. He's got 24. Knocks it loose. One-on-one here. The shot's good from the Beast. The Beast's got 11 in the second half. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Kings.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the throw down there. Man!
It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not
Holy
probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
.114 left in the third quarter. McCollum dishes to Aldridge. And there's the feed to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Freeland to end the run. And he drops that one in. Freeland's got 6.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
The basket counts and 1. Will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Well, this is what he does. He's shooting it well. He's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle. Finally, a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in Sac. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice. Just a gorgeous assist.
Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. No good. Nice D from Cousins. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former three-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone. Kevin, Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate. I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
Landry, pass to the Beast. They're off in time. That's good. Hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay line. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow motion, I think the ruling has to be that he did not beat the buzzer with that shot.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. He wasn't quick enough on his release, it would appear. Looks like the ball was still in his fingertips as the clock went off.
Well, the ruling is in, and the call stands. No basket, so no change, Clark, in the scoreboard as we end the quarter.
Smart decision to review the shot. That was...
Be sure to check out the latest issue of Dime Magazine, The Beast with Top Billing. He talks about managing the spotlight from his...
And we welcome you back as we get going here. Outside Williams, lets the three fly, and Sacramento with the rebound. Patterson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
Yeah, they really had their number in that game. Big margin of victory for them. They got there by really including their bench. The depth became a major factor. They just wore them down.
Bryant in a shooting guard. Thompson is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, and it's Outlaw in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Williams for 3, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. And that's 11 points for Mo Williams. What Steve just talked about regarding how much they spread their scoring around was probably the most striking thing about that big win.
And the fact that they did have such a huge lead allowed them to even use their bench a little more than normal, and that was something that served them well.
Boy, they really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victory.
Thompson backing down for 3, Outlaw, and another 3 for Sacramento.
Hey, look, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the three-point shots. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
Amazing hops exploding to the buckets.
Kevin, you don't expect to see that coming from the point guard position.
No way.
Boy, can he elevate at that size? That's impressive.
The pass to the Beast. Williams comes with a double team. Out of bounds, Portland's next possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robin Lopez is checked in for Aldridge. Joel Freeland comes in for Thomas Robinson. McCollum's checked in for Mo Williams. And Earl Watson is subbed in for Damian Lillard. Watson with it. 1:24 left to play in the final quarter. Thompson comes with a double team. Here's McCollum. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Pass to the Beast. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. In Outlaw slams it in.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Here's Crabb. Now the dish to McCollum. There's the 3. back alive. Second chance shot. Lopez, no luck. Sacramento's gotten the crew from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. The shot's good from the Beast.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the beam clock. Hudson next for 2. Misses off the right eye. The Kings shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Here's the Beast. Shot from the wing. And that one drops. Tackle. Horse to the wing or not.
You were really showcasing your passing skills out there tonight, setting the team record for assists. Did you even realize what you were doing as the game unfolded?
Nah, not really. I was just trying to make plays out there. And I gotta say, man, I'm surprised to hear that I got the team record. It's a good feeling when you think about how many good passers have put on this uniform before me. It's truly an honor to be mentioned in the same breath as them.
So, some good news. I was able to grant your request for a trade. Effective immediately, you're a member of the Miami Heat. I appreciate your service here with us. I think you're a tremendous talent, and I'd love to have you back here someday. Good luck out there.
Thanks, man. It means a lot for you to say that. You've always done right by me, and I won't forget that. I definitely wish you and the team the best of luck going forward, man. All right, take care. Oh, yeah, let's...
That is the way you get your team fired up. I'd say they're anxious to get this one started.